Hi, my name's Devin, and I am the head of technology development for LiveIt Lifestyle. And I want to introduce you to the simple system that we've created to help you educate your patients about the powerful effects of nutritional education, the powerful effects of whole foods and whole foods concentrates as a way of life and a way of building and maintaining health. Now, what you're looking at right here is what we call the education reminder card. Now, it's really simple. This is kind of your invitation to your patients to begin their journey of nutritional education. Now, if you take a look at this card, you'll see this card is personalized with your information. Let's just imagine for a second that your office is called Waterview Chiropractic. And right here you'll see it says http://waterviewchiro.livitlifestyle.com/lessons. So what you do is you hand your new patient this card and you say, you know what, I want to introduce you to a whole new approach to nutritional education. I want to help you integrate nutrition and whole food supplementation into your life. So you circle lesson number 1 on this card and you hand it to your patient. And you tell them, you know what, I want you to read this first nutritional LiveIt lesson. Just give it a try. Read this at my patient education center before your next visit. Then you can even write the date of their next visit right on their card so they've got all of their reminders in one place. And this is an invitation for your patient to come into your world of nutrition. Now, when they go to your URL here, waterviewchiro.livitlifestyle.com, they enter into your patient education center, and this is your patient education center, and this is the section where they do all of their nutritional education. If you notice here, lesson number 1 is called "Are you suffering from a nutritional deficiency disorder?" So here your patient can come, they can read this lesson that you've started them off. This is the first stepping stone to their nutritional education. They can read this lesson, or they can even listen to it. So for one, they could click the read button, which brings up the nutritional lesson, which walks them through all sorts of health building information about having a nutritional deficiency, where the nutritional deficiencies come from, how they can start to counteract the negative effects of nutritional deficiencies. Or if they want, they can actually just click this little button here and give it a listen.
Where is my vitality? Why do I ache all over? Why am I tired even after I've had plenty of sleep?
So as you can see, this is your nutritional education world, your patient education center, as we call it. Your patients can share these lessons to people in their social networks. Now, for example, you're educating one of your patients who is a mother and who has 3 children at her school. Now, that mother is connected to the social networks of all of her friends that are parents at her children's school. So she can share this lesson via email by clicking this little button and emailing it to her friends. Or maybe she wants to share it with her entire church group in your town through their church Facebook group. You can click this little button here. Or any other social network that she has, whether she wants to share it through AOL, share it through on her blog, share it through Google. There's about 150 other social networks that she can share this lesson on. So we've integrated these technological tools to allow your patients to start doing the work for you. So there's 2 steps happening here. 1, they're educating themselves. 2, they're helping to educate their friends and family that live in your area, which generates referrals for your office. Now you can see here that there's a whole suite of LiveIt lessons. There's actually 32 of them, starting with "Are you suffering from a nutritional deficiency?" But going into organics, digestion, fats, probiotics, autoimmune disorders, sugar and its effects on us, B complex. As you can see, there's a whole suite of lessons here that your patients can read. And the best part about this is they're not limited to a piece of paper. They're not limited to something you hand them that they're going to leave in their car or actually leave in the waiting room of your office on their way out or drop in the parking lot. We're making these lessons available to your patients at your patient education center 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the best part is they can actually access this on their iPhone, they can access it on their laptop, they can access it on their iPad, they can access it in many different places when they're not actually tied to any specific location. So maybe your patient's reading their lesson while they're in line, a long line at the bank waiting to make a deposit, or they're waiting to go into a meeting and they have 5 or 10 minutes to kill. They can read their nutritional lesson to prepare themselves. So This is your patient education center with all of your 32 nutritional LiveIt lessons. And you can see your patients can just click here, and you can direct them to each one of these lessons, and they will probably go and do a little bit of exploring and do some education on their own. I want to share with you a experience that one of our doctors had using this system, if you want to have a listen.
So a patient that I saw on Thursday said, hey, take a look at this, see what you think. Came in today, and she said, I haven't read all of them yet. And I said, oh, all of them? I said, I was just hoping that you'd just read the one on calcium. She said, no, I read a bunch of them. I said, well, since you mentioned your husband and his PSA, I'm going to give you another card to check out the one on prostate. She goes, I already read it and printed it and left it out for him to read. This is kind of slick.
So that's just one example of how healthcare professionals around the country are putting the LiveIt nutritional lessons into their practice in convenient ways for their patients, and putting this health building information at their fingertips in order to develop better relationships with their patients, in order to further the patient's understanding of the need for nutritional education and the need for whole foods and whole food supplements, and really prepare the patients to better take your recommendations and commit to a long-term process of rebuilding their health.